Hello my beautiful bookish friends and welcome back to my channel. I am here today to present to you all my September TBR, which does not seem fathomable that we are already in September. Like, where has 2021 gone? Maybe because we're having less historical events per week. It seems like everything's going by really fast. I don't know. However, what I do know is I've already hit my reading goal for the year. I've read over 70 books. So I have decided that this month I'm just gonna take it chill, give myself a little bit of leeway and space, because I am going to be doing my 31 days of Halloween, which is coming up like starting October 1st. So I didn't want to feel like I was letting my booktube viewers down and only focusing on my makeup people for that whole month of October. So I've figured out some ways to integrate book talk into those videos, or not book talk, sorry, booktube into some of those videos. But yeah, so for my September TBR, long story short, I'm going to be rereading some of my favorite books that I have not read within the last year. At least I think within the last year. I don't think any of these I've read in 2021. 90% sure. And also I'm going to be finishing a series I've been working on. So let's talk about what those books are. Let's talk about the series I'm finishing first. I am going to be finishing The Lying Game because these books are so short. I only have 2 left. I have Cross My Heart and Hope to Die, which is book 5, and then 7 Minutes in Heaven, which is book 6. So I am hoping just to get through these. I finished book 4 and it added that, Sarah Shepard element of like, ooh, I want to keep reading. So I want to finish this series and just be done with it, and finally have completed this, because these I have wanted to read literally since they came out when I was in like middle school. So I'm super happy to finally finish them. And I don't know where these go. Obviously I haven't read the synopsises because I'm reading the whole series and I don't want anything to be spoiled. Then I'm going to be rereading my favorite romance series. I'm going to be reading Tessa Bailey. I'm not sure. I don't know if this series has like an actual name, but the first book is Fix Her Up. The next one is Love Her or Lose Her. These are like the family that does home improvement ones. And then Tools of Engagement. So if you haven't been on my channel, this is like the first adult romance I read that, was steamy and like had a love interest that was like, oh my gosh, like I love him. This was the book that did it. I read this in a day and I loved it. And now I want to take my time and read through it and actually like tab it up. Like I only have one book that I actually have tabs in, and that's The Wicked Deep, because I reread this one. And, all the different colors and stuff all mean different things. So I am ready to get my Post-its out. I don't like writing in books. I know some people do. But yeah, like I have a very intricate system. I just tab at the beginning of the paragraph. And there's lots of, tabs in this one, obviously, because it's a favorite. But I want to personalize all of my favorites. So I'm going to be tabbing this one. This one is about Georgette Castle, whose family is kind of the main family in the whole series. They run a home improvement business. They flip houses, and she doesn't really want to be a part of the family business. She wants to have a party planning service and be a professional clown, and they don't take her seriously. They think she's just a little kid. And then you have Travis, who used to play baseball, but then after a really great year, he kind of became like a tabloid sort of personality. Like he got himself into some trouble and ended up getting hurt. So now he's working for their business, and they start fake dating to revamp their images with their families and friends. This book just checked all the boxes that I want in a romance like this. Even the third act was not super drawn out and long. So I love a good fake dating, and when they obviously do really start dating, it's very cute. So there's that one. And then we have Love Her, Lose Her, which is in the same universe. It is Dominic and Rosie. However, Dominic works for the family's renovation company, and he used to be a Marine, and Rosie is his wife. So they are already married in this book, and they actually decide to separate. Rosie says that it's clear that they don't love each other like they used to, because they are high school sweethearts, and that they need a break from each other and need to grow as people on their own. But Dominic does not like that answer, and he's going to do everything in his power to win Rosie back, even if that means going to like this hippie, weird kind of marriage counselor. He's willing to do it. Again, I read this in a day. This book made me cry, and it was so cute. So this one's a little bit shorter than Fix Her Up, but it's a great read. And then the third one, which I didn't love the first time I read it, so I'm hoping to like it the second time around. Like, I gave it like a 3-star, which isn't a bad review. It just, like, the other ones were clear 5 stars. But this is about Bethany. She is the sister of Georgette. So she wants to basically prove to her brother that she can flip a house all on her own. She can do the home improvement by herself. And then we have Wes, who is a new guy that just moved in from, I think, Texas. And he's younger than her. So there's a bit of an age gap, but nothing weird. But he's really kind of like rough around the edges country boy, and she's very bougie. So they end up somehow coming to work together because he's infatuated with her and she wants nothing to do with him. To renovate a house against her brother for like an HGTV kind of competition show. So this one, it was really good, and there was a lot of depth to it. It didn't connect with me like the other ones. So hopefully this time around I will like it better. And finally, the last books I'm going to be rereading are the Caraval series. I love this series. I love Julian. I love Scarlett. I love Donatella. I love Dante. I love all of them. So I read this in 18 hours. This book just gripped me and made me love fantasy, which is something that I never thought I would like, but it's so whimsical and the pacing is perfect and it's so visual in every single aspect. I love this series, and I've been meaning to get back to them for so long, but I have been trying to, like, I think if you do book talk or booktube, or I guess not so much book talk, but booktube, there's such a pressure to read new releases all the time, or the hyped books that everyone's talking about. And yeah, people talk about Caraval a lot. However, I read it because of the hype and I loved it, but I've wanted to get back to it so I can tab it up, mark all my favorite moments, because there's so many. And like, this series makes me love reading, and I think is 95% of why I even do booktube. So that's book 1. This is when we get introduced to the game and all the main characters. Then we have Legendary, which focuses more on Donatella and Legend and what's going to happen with them. And then we have Finale, which ties everything together, all the loose ends from all the other books, perfectly smushed together into one book, and it's amazing, and it made me sad it's over, but now I get to reread them all. So that's it for my September TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you're reading for the start of fall, and I'll see you in the next one.